So as regards to this hospital pandemic going on right now, so I'm going to tell people a story how my mother was nearly died in a hospital. Till now, that incident still, like, it still lives rent free in my head. So when my mommy had her last baby, so sorry, we lost the baby due to carelessness of the doctors and the nurses. So my mommy she had the baby through CS, and she had that time I was still in secondary school. So one day in the hospital, in the hospital trying to recover. You know, in those days, the way they do CS now is not the way they do CS in those days. So my mommy said that her instinct wasn't just right with the hospital people because of the way they were behaving, the way her baby came out healthy and sound. They took her baby to another ward. All of a sudden, she heard a scream from her baby, and that was just the end of that baby. They came back and told her that the baby is dead. So she knew that something happened to her baby. Do you understand me? So as she was in the ward that night, she said, because she lost so much blood, BLOOD, she lost so much of it. So they were actually infusing other ones, transfusing, sorry. So they're actually transfusing her. So in the night, she had been receiving so much attacks in that hospital. But I mean, this is just where she could get fine. She cannot just go home like that until she's been discharged. So the only thing that she was using to guard herself was prayers, and people around her, she told them to be very, very, very much vigilant. So that night, my mom was sleeping. So because that time she hardly sleeps, you understand? But she was just lying down, I mean, trying to rest from the whole stress and all that. So she heard her sister and my siblings were already lying on the floor. So she was on the bed normally as the patient. So the nurse, she heard that somebody was gradually opening the door. You know, this door that is always making noise. Crack, 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 crack. You know, the door was not making a kind of, when the door is opening, and it was just being opened gradually. So she was like, hey, and she don't know how to scream for her sister to wake up. She said, let's just leave and shower. And the lantern, you know, that was when they were using lantern. That time, no, that was when they were using lantern. The lantern was already like lowered because it was already bedtime. So the nurse gradually used, like, the way she managed to, as in, bend herself through the door, and she entered. As she entered, she came to my mom. My mom was lying down. My mom pretended that she was asleep. She was just like, you know, that way you close your eyes, but your eyes especially closed. And besides, the light wasn't that open, wasn't that on. She couldn't see through that much, but at least she knew what she wanted to do. So my mommy said her eyes was partially closed. So the woman came and did this way to her face, like trying to know if she's relaxed, but she just stood still. She laid still. Sorry. So the woman looked at the BLOOG that was being transferred to my mom, looked at my mom, looked at her hand. So the woman started removing the plaster that was used to hold the needle normally. So she removed the plaster, remove the second one. Then at the verge of removing the needle, do you understand? At the verge of removing the needle, my mom shouted, "Okay, what is it? Meaning, what is it?" Immediately, my mom screamed. Her sister walked as in, like, you know that kind of jacking up. Her sister jacked up from the mat that she was lying down. Immediately, the nurse disappeared. They looked for this nurse because due to the light was down, she couldn't even trace the face of that nurse. Like, till today, that shock is still. Even when I gave birth to my baby in the hospital, each time, once it's time for bedtime, I always lock the door because, you know, the devil can use anybody. But the devil can even use the nurses that are supposed to care for you to buy you. So the nurses were like, please, ma, don't be locking the door because sometimes in the night midnight we can come to check up on you. I said, no problem. I have people around me. If I need any help, they will open the door. Don't anytime in the night, just knock. The door will be open. But I cannot leave this door open because I've had terrible experiences. And I don't want to even have like a first-hand experience in this. I cannot even take the trauma. So people, just please be vigilant. Sometimes when you're not okay with the medications the nurses want to give you, just make sure that you decline. You decline. Nobody's going to beat you. Decline it. Once your instinct is not okay with it, whatever activity that is going on, decline. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching.